Welcome students, online class, subject physics. In previous video, we have seen first postulate and we want to calculate V square is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 E square upon mr. Suppose this is equation number A. From second postulate, we know that in stable orbit, angular momentum of electron is integral multiple of h upon 2 pi. So, angular momentum is equal to nh upon 2 pi. Means r into linear momentum nh upon 2 pi. Means m into r into m into v nh upon 2 pi. Here we can find out v equal to nh upon 2 pi mr. This is equation B. From these two equations, we can calculate the value of radius as well as value of velocity. First, we can calculate radius. So, square the equation B on both sides. On both sides, what happens? V square is equal to n square h square upon 4 pi square m r square or m square r square. So, put this value in equation A. Equation becomes n square h square upon 4 pi square m square r square is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 E square upon mr. The same quantities can be cancelled, which is in numerator no quantity can be cancelled. Here 4 get cancelled, pi get cancelled, m get cancelled, r get cancelled. Remaining terms that will be n square h square upon pi m r is equal to numerator is e square and denominator is only epsilon 0. Rearrange the term, so r is equal to epsilon 0 h square upon pi m e square bracket close into m square. We can calculate radius. Actually, we can calculate the angular velocity. For angular velocity, radius and velocity must be calculated. So here, when we can calculate the radius, suppose this equation number C is there, we also calculate velocity. Equation A divided by equation B. Equation A will be V square 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 E square upon mr. Okay, this is equation A and B is equation B. If both equations are divided, or if equation B is divided to equation A divided by equation B, what happens? V square upon V is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 E square upon mr upon nh upon 2 pi mr. What happens? See here, V get cancelled, V remaining. Here, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 E square upon mr multiplied by 2 pi mr upon nh. What happens? mr get cancelled, pi get cancel, 2, 1 the 2, 2 to the 4. So velocity it becomes e square upon 2 epsilon 0 h into 1 upon n. That is equation number D. So we can calculate angular velocity of electron. We know that relation between angular velocity of electron will be V equal to R omega. So omega is equal to V upon R. Substitute the value of V, substitute the value of R. Both value when substitute. Actually R is epsilon 0 h square upon pi me square bracket close into n square. If we can substitute here value of C and D, what happens? Omega is equal to e square upon 2 epsilon 0 hn upon epsilon 0 h square n square upon pi me square. So what happens? Rearrange the term. You get e square upon 2 epsilon 0 hn multiplied by pi me square upon epsilon 0 h square n square. If we see carefully, no term can be cancelled. So here rearrange the term. Omega is equal to pi m e raised to 4 upon 2 epsilon 0 square h cube bracket close into 1 upon n cube. If bracket term is constant, means m is constant, e is constant, epsilon 0 is constant, h is constant. The bracket is said to be Bohr's angular velocity, which will be omega inversely proportional to cube of principal quantum number. So omega is equal to a0 upon n cube. Here a0 is equal to bracket term pi me square upon 2 epsilon 0 square h cube. See here. We can calculate radius of orbit, velocity of electron and angular velocity of electron. Also we want to find time period and frequency of electron. So first of all, we want to know about time period. It is the time taken by electron, which is revolved round the nucleus. Time taken by electron which is revolved round the nucleus in circular orbit for one rotation or for one revolution. Means if electron can rotate one revolution, it can cover a distance of circumference of circular orbit. So here we know that velocity is equal to distance upon time. If distance is circumference of circle, that is 2 pi r, and time is time period, So here we can give a formula. Time period is equal to 2 pi r upon v, which is nothing but 2 pi upon omega. Both terms, if we can substitute the value of r, we can substitute the value of v, or we can substitute the value of omega. So here we can calculate time period. So time period is equal to 2 pi multiplied by r epsilon 0 h square n square upon pi m e square, that is the value of r, upon e square upon 2 epsilon 0 h n, that is the value of v. If we rearrange the term, time period must be 2 pi into epsilon 0 h square n square upon pi m e square multiplied by 2 epsilon 0 h n upon e square. What happened? Pi get cancelled. Another terms remains same. So here 2 epsilon 0 square h cube upon m e raised to 4 into n cube. So time period is 2 epsilon 0 square h cube divided by m e raised to 4 bracket close into n cube. That is the time period of electron. So we also know that reciprocal of time period of electron is frequency of electron. So here, if we take a formula, frequency is equal to 1 upon time period. Whatever frequency of electron is 1 upon 2 epsilon 0 square h cube divided by m e raised to 4 bracket close into n cube. So here if we arrange the term, m e raised to 4 upon 2 epsilon 0 square h cube bracket close into 1 upon n cube. If bracket term is constant, then we say that frequency is inversely proportional to principal cube of principal quantum number. Here if bracket term is constant, so we can say that time period of electron is directly proportional to cube of principal quantum number. Means two important quantities, radius of circular orbit and velocity of electron. When we can calculate the two terms, then we can also calculate its angular velocity. Again, we can calculate time period of electron. Again, we can calculate frequency of electron. In three formulas, we can remember angular velocity of electron is inversely proportional to cube of principal quantum number, which is same as frequency of electron is inversely proportional to cube of principal quantum number. But time period of electron is directly proportional to cube of principal quantum number. That can be remembered. Whereas radius of orbit is directly proportional to square of principal quantum number, and velocity of electron is inversely proportional to the principal quantum number. And that formulas are very useful